Hey, what's up everybody? Ralph here. So today's topic I want to talk to you guys about should you close your credit card? And if you're someone that's asking yourself this question, you're probably someone that had a lot of credit card debt and then finally was able to pay it down and was like, you know what, I got it down to zero. You know what, I don't want to get into this situation again. Let me close this credit card. All right. Now, we've all been through that situation, but before you do that, before you make a decision like that, you first want to understand like the impact that closing credit cards can have on you in the future. Like the first question you want to ask yourself is like, what are your goals? Like, are you trying to purchase a home? Are you trying to buy a car? And unless you have the cash to pay for these things outright, more than likely you're going to need credit. You're going to need loan. You're going to need a loan. You're going to need to borrow money from a bank. Now, obviously, you're going to need a credit score for that. So that's like one of the first questions. Like, what are your goals? Like, are you trying to buy a house and you're trying to buy a car? So you want to first ask yourself that question. Another question you want to ask is, or you want to just assess, is like, what are your spending habits? Obviously, if you were someone that had a lot of credit card debt, your spending habits were pretty bad. But let's say you were able to get it down and now you feel much more, you feel a little bit more comfortable with how you can manage money, but you're just like, you know what, you want to avoid that temptation and you just don't want to put yourself in that situation again. But let's say you're someone that, that manages money pretty well and you just, like you said, you don't want to, tempt yourself. You want to first understand how that can impact you going forward. So let's go back to, like, let's say if you're looking to purchase a house or a car. You first want to understand how that closing credit card can impact your credit score going in the future. So the things that are very impactful that affect your credit score the most is payment history. That's the main thing. Bank, the people that will loan you money want to make sure that you're making payments on time. All right. Another thing is credit utilization. They want to make sure that you have a good ratio between the money, that credit that's available, and the credit that's being used. Right. The lower, the better. Right. Other things that impact your credit score is credit mix, inquiries. They want to make sure that you have a good mix, that you have auto loans, you have mortgage, you have credit cards. They want to see that they want to make sure that you know how to manage money properly. And when they see that good mix, they say, all right, clearly this person knows how to understand how to use money. So we feel comfortable lending this person money. So you want to make sure you understand that. And when you close a credit card, or you decide to close a credit card, one of the things that impacts your score is your credit utilization. Let's say you have $10,000 of available credit, and you say, boom, I'm gonna close that credit card. Then boom, that available credit is gone. So that's going to impact your score negatively, especially initially. Like once you close that, it's going to affect your credit score, and banks are going to see that and they're like, all right, this person clearly doesn't have any credit available. That's I don't know if I feel comfortable giving that person money. Another thing is payment history. Like if you're not making payments on your credit cards, banks like to see that history of payments. They want to make sure that you're responsible money borrower. So if you remove a credit card, then they're gonna be like, all right, that's gone. And another thing, like I said, credit mix. So let's say you don't have any credit, like you don't have a mortgage or you don't have a car loan, and then you remove that credit card. That's a credit mix that's gone. So they want to make sure that they want to feel comfortable when they see you have a good mix, that you're making payments on time, and you have a credit balance. People that loan you money feel much more comfortable. Now let's say that you just have a mortgage and you don't want to deal with credit cards. That's fine. You can deal with the mortgage as long as you're making payments on that. That's gonna, your credit score is gonna be pretty good. But it definitely does help if you are managing, if you have the mortgage, if you have the credit card, and you have an auto loan. Obviously, these are things you want to make sure you can manage financially. For me, I don't have an auto loan. I like to pay my cars cash. But I still manage to have a good credit card. And like I said, you don't need all these things, but as you can see, it's like just having certain things, having a mortgage, having a credit card. These are things that can impact your credit score, and being able to, and just removing and just closing credit cards. Just know initially, especially when you close it, that's going to affect your credit score negatively initially. And then as time goes on, it'll build back up as you make payments. Let's say if you have a mortgage. Like for me, I remember when I was sent to collections, that once they send you a collection, you're missing payments, then that's a hit on your credit score immediately. But as time goes on, and let's say that I don't try to get any more credit, and that payment those payments that were missed say a year, 2, 3 years ago, doesn't impact my score as much as it would if it was something that happened like a couple weeks ago. So that's the thing you want to understand. Like, you're thinking about closing your credit card. Just understand, you want to first ask yourself, like, okay, what are you gonna need your credit in the future for? Like, if you're looking to purchase a home or buy a car, then having a credit score is going to be important. And you want to make sure you have a good mix. You have a credit card, you have auto loans, you have a mortgage. You're making payments on those consistently. You have available credit. These are the things that are going to impact your score either negatively or positively. So just understand that, especially if you close that credit card. Just understand that your credit score will take a hit initially, but over time it will get better. But if you want to get that, if you're looking to get that perfect 800 credit score, then it does help if you have the mortgage, the auto loan, and all these different kind of credit mixes, and making sure that you're paying over time and the payment history as well. So if you're thinking about closing your credit card, these are things that you want to know before you do that. All right. So if you have any comments, questions, make sure you leave a comment down below. Make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? So you guys take care and have a good one. Later.